Today we are working with statistical questions. Statistical questions are questions that can be answered by collecting data, which means there won't be just one answer. You'll get multiple different answers from lots of different sources. Okay, so for instance, how old are you? Okay, you are one person. All right, how old is the average student? Okay, in a K-12 classroom. Okay, that was going to give you lots of different kids with lots of different age ranges. Okay, um, so let's take a look at some of these examples of statistical questions. If we're talking about one thing that will give us one number answer, then that is going to be not statistical. Okay, but if it's going to look at a lot of different people and give us lots of different data or information, then that is going to be statistical. So, how many bicycles does the average family own in my town? Okay. Well, your town, there are lots of families, right? So we're going to be looking at the bicycles from lots of different people across an area. Okay. So that is going to be a statistical question. All right. In what year was the first Super Bowl held? Okay, well, the first Super Bowl, we are talking about only one Super Bowl. It is going to give you only one number answer. Okay, so that is non-statistical. Okay. If it asked what date have the Super Bowls landed on each year, okay, that's going to look at all the dates of all the Super Bowls for all 50 however many years. Okay, that would become then statistical. But this is talking about the first Super Bowl. What year was it? Okay. What was the typical number of goals scored per team in the youth hockey league? Well, there's lots of teams in the hockey league, and they've all probably scored a different number of goals. So that is going to be a statistical question. Okay. How many minutes does a typical sixth grade student in my school spend on homework each weeknight? Well, lots of different sixth grade students in the school, okay? And the amount of time they spend on homework is going to vary from person to person. So that is statistical, okay? How many countries are in Europe? Okay, Europe is one country. There is one answer to this problem. I mean, sorry, Europe is one continent. The number of countries, there's one answer to that. So that is not statistical. Okay. What is the height of the Eiffel Tower? Again, one Eiffel Tower, one answer, not statistical. Okay. There are three more that you can try on your own right there. Okay. And then let's come down to number 10. Suppose you want to determine the number of apps your classmates typically have on their electronic devices. You survey them using the question, how many apps do you have? The responses are 10, 2, 15, 25, etc. Organize the data by completing the table and analyze the results. Okay, I'm going to organize the data by tally marks. So 10 falls in this first one, 2 falls in the first one, 15 in this one, 25, then 16, 18, 20, 24, 19, 15, oops, 5, 23, 35, 22, 14, 53. Wow, that's a lot of apps. 18 and 14. Okay, so it looks like we had 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 here, 3 here, 4, and 2. Okay, so using those tally marks for the answers that I got allowed me to figure out the number of responses in an organized fashion. Okay, so when we look at this data, okay, my statistical question gave me lots of different numbers from lots of different people. All right, and you can see most classmates had between 10 and 20 or between 11 and 20 apps. Okay, most of them had between or the most number of students had between 11 and 20 apps. Okay, 7, 8, 9. So there was uh, exactly, also exactly half, because 9 and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 had all the rest. So half of the students had between 11 and 20 apps. Okay, that would be one way of analyzing that data. Okay, let's take a look at number 11 together as well. You surveyed a baseball team in a tournament by using the question, how many home runs did your team hit? Okay, so we're surveying all the lots of teams in a tournament. Okay, and the home runs we have 0, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 4, 1, 5, 0, 3, 1, 8, wow, 5, and 1 again, and 0. Okay, so home runs we have 8, 4, 3, and 1. Okay, so um, again here I would say half the teams scored 0 or 1 home run. Okay, that's another way to analyze that data. And the least amount of teams scored 6 or more home runs. Okay. Also, you can see how this number decreases. That is as the number of home runs increase. Okay, so the number of teams who hit as the number of home runs increases, the number of teams that has scored that many decreases. Okay, so as you score more home runs, less teams are going to be able to do that. Okay, so it's harder to score lots of home runs. All right, and you can try 12 and 13 on your own.